Oki nitanako sogoisipisto ninsto sitipi ekaximax nina anista noxganista nexus anista ikinapaki. Hello, my name is Kristen Shade. I'm from the community of Old Agency on the Blood Reserve. My father is Kevin Healy and my mother is Lori Healy. I am the First Nation, Metis, and Inuit Support Worker at my schools, which are Ecole St. Mary's Elementary School and Our Lady of the Assumption Elementary School. I am also the Blackfoot culture and language teacher at both schools. I'm not a fluent Blackfoot speaker, but I'm constantly learning along the way. When I was younger, I was very privileged to be very close and be able to always be with my grandparents, Stan and Rosella Whitefeathers, and Art and Clara Healy. I learned an immense amount of knowledge from my grandmother, Rosella Whitefeathers, who herself was a Blackfoot cultural and language teacher before her passing. She taught me many things. She taught me how to pray in Blackfoot, which I do with my students every day at the beginning of each and every one of our Blackfoot classes. She taught me how to prepare traditional dishes such as pemmican and Itsinika'si, as well as how to pick berries, why we smudged, and how to smudge. She also taught me many Napi stories that I consistently teach and tell my students. They just love hearing all about Napi and his crazy ways. She taught me how to play traditional games. And in December, I had the privilege of teaching my grade twos and threes at Ecole St. Mary's how to sing Silent Night in Blackfoot. And my grandmother was the one who taught that and who taught me that song, and I was able to pass it on to teach to my students. Most of all, my grandmother taught me how to have courage and to always be kind, and to always treat others how I would like to be treated. Now I get to pass her knowledge on to my students and my children within my classrooms. I always am making sure that I'm able to teach my students the Blackfoot cultural cultural ways and teachings to each and every one of them. Blackfoot, my Blackfoot classes that I teach daily, um, I have new topics, and every 2 weeks I come into each and every classrooms within my schools, and I'm able to teach them a lot of our Blackfoot cultural ways. Some of the topics that I've covered already are Treaty 7, Orange Shirt and Reconciliation, Hunting and Gathering, Rock Your Mocks, Smudging, which the kids really love because I got them to participate in an actual smudge, ribbon skirt day, and as well as every morning, like I said before, every start of each class, we all pray the Blackfoot prayer. I will also be teaching topics about family members, counting colors, animals, and simple command phrases in Blackfoot. I believe that this foundational Blackfoot knowledge will help create a better understanding and help bridge the gap to the barriers between my First Nations and my non-First Nations students. The Blackfoot language is my personal connection to the land, and it helps me gain more knowledge and ways of knowing. It helps me practice and teach continuous Blackfoot to my students within my classroom, which I greatly enjoy. It helps me be able to understand and communicate with elders and to understand about ceremonies and the meanings that cannot be translated in the English language. But most of all, I believe the Blackfoot language is very important and must be continued because without our language, we have no culture. Thank you.